Okay, today what we're talking about is how is this baby laying in its mother's uterus. And the reason that that is important is that tells us a lot of information. Number one, it tells us how the baby is coming down the pelvis. One of the most important things it tells us is where we're going to be able to hear the fetal heart tones. Because the strongest impulse of the baby's heartbeat is going to come through this back portion of its back right here. So if we know how this baby is laying, then we know exactly where to put the fetal monitoring, or if we're in the office and this is a prenatal visit, we know where to put the DOP tone to hear the baby's heartbeat. But it really gives us a lot of information. It's the first step in potentially diagnosing a baby that could potentially be breech. So one of the first things we want to ask Mrs. Sims is where is she feeling the most kicking and the most movement. And when we ask her, she tells us that she's feeling the most movement up here. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to first of all warm our hands, because there's nothing more intrusive than to put your cold hands on her uterus and her abdomen. And we're going to feel up here with our hands, and we're going to begin to feel what am I feeling? What I'm hoping that I'm going to feel as I feel is that I'm feeling the back side of this baby's back and buttocks. Because if this baby is laying vertex, this is a smaller baby than what Mrs. Sims has, but if this baby is laying vertex, I'm going to be feeling its buttocks, its little curled up feet, and I'm going to be feeling the long plane of its back right here. So I'm feeling here to see where do I feel the most firmness in terms of the back. And then I'm going to come down right over her pubic bone, and I'm going to feel right here. And if there's a head there, as in the case of these two babies, when I feel, I'm actually going to feel some firmness. And before she goes into labor, I may be able to even feel that baby pop up a little bit of what we call ballottement. So that I'm really looking for, is there a firm, ballottable head right here? And am I feeling a firm, softer bottom up here and a firm back over here? What am I feeling in these three planes? The top plane, called her fundus, the middle plane of her uterus, and down here close to her cervical area. And I hope, and as in this case I am, I'm feeling head right here. In the case of this little baby right here, I'm going to be listening over its shoulder right here for the fetal heart tones. For Mrs. Sims is about to deliver her baby straight away. I'm going to hear the heart tones the best right here. Okay? So it's important to know exactly how this baby is laying in labor. Lots of different configurations that babies get in labor determine the outcome of the birth. For instance, if this little baby were presenting to us, instead of presenting its head first, it was presenting a shoulder. We know already that a baby that's going to be presenting a shoulder to us is going to be a C-section. If this baby was presenting a breech, and this were her first baby, this might also be a C-section. So how a baby is laying in labor gives us a lot of indication about the nursing care, and it gives us a good idea about the outcome of this particular labor in birth. And that's Leopold's maneuvers and how is my baby laying.